going on, fellas? Got a video from Emily W. King. Men have left the friend zone without women even realizing it. Let's get into it.
Back to my YouTube channel. I think that most of you guys are really going to enjoy this episode. I'm really excited for it.
Probably so.
This is a topic that, looking back, I have not really talked about this subject in a while. I feel like the last time I was talking about it was in 2020, maybe 2021. But this video popped up on my feed that took me back, and it made me realize that a lot of women, they don't realize that men have left the friend zone. Most men, especially for you guys that have been out in the dating world for some time or that have had relationships, you already know this. You know the signs to look out for. You know the signs that a woman is friend zoning you.
Yep.
You're not putting in endless effort into a woman that does not reciprocate anything back. And bottom line is that you guys are pretty much just too smart for it.
Yep.
Men are fully aware of many women's ways because women have told on themselves and they continue to tell on themselves, especially on social media. What this looks like is women talking very badly about men. I mean, hello, with a scenario of a woman walking through the woods, she would rather encounter a bear than a man. And with that, hundreds of videos came out of women explaining why that was.
They talk about drizzle and how men were telling on themselves, oh, just let the trash take itself out. No, it's men standing up and saying, we're not going to be pushovers. We've been trying to accommodate you, but when you push too far, when you push too hard, we ask you to stop. You're not going to continue to, we're going to continue to spend your money. We're going to continue to do whatever we want to. No, you're not. This is my money. This is my house. We're going to do what I want to do in my house. If you're going to be on my team, you're going to call me the leader of the tribe, then we're going to follow my vision and my direction. Period. That's it. Oh, well, I want to simp. No, you need to be quiet. Be quiet. Just go sit down. That doesn't mean that you have to be over there forever, but you're doing too much. The same way you would want a man to read the room, the same way you would want a man to just, hey, bro, this ain't the time. Modern women need to take a hint. Hey, bro, this not the time to be talking like this. We don't need you right now. But they don't. And men realize that. They recognize that. That's why you're all over social media like she's talking about. Talking stupid. No background checks needed. You're going to tell on yourself.
And a lot of those videos were not very nice towards men. Bottom line. Meanwhile, women really believe that they can collect men in their friend zone and then dip into that collection whenever she needs help doing something that she doesn't want to do or doesn't even know how to do. Ladies, why is a man going to be there as a friend if you don't even like him as a person?
Exactly.
And I don't even mean that in a romantic way. I mean that you genuinely do not like men. But in certain situationships, you've learned that you do need men.
Yep.
Hence the friend zone. This is what's changed in recent years. In recent years, men have really smartened up. They have been given this information from women. And guess what? The friend zone only favors women if men don't realize that they're in it. But because men know about it, the friend zone is right next to the exit ramp for them.
Really, men already knew about the friend zone. Like I said, they were just trying to give women the benefit of the doubt. Women kept on saying, no, pursue. You could be in the friend zone, but oh man, you never know. It could be. There's some men that have listened and tried to be more in tune with what a woman says until they find out, man, this is what I thought it was. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. This is BS. We knew that you were playing around. I was kind of hanging out, trying to be nice to you. You said you wanted to get to know me. You said you wanted a friend first. I was that. And on top of me being a friend, I was paying for stuff for you. I was coming over, hanging out, listening to all your problems, sharing my emotions with you. And you still went and picked a dude that you said was trash and that was toxic and that was giving you all the problems. I'm leaving, man. You know what? I try to be a gentleman. I try to be chivalrous. I try to do all the things that you said as a modern woman you wanted, but you played me and you wasted my time. And I knew you were playing me. And I tried to even after all that to say, maybe she'll come to her senses. Nope. Men not dealing with that no more.
Them. With all of that being said, guys, I have a video to show you that inspired this topic for today. Usually I show you a collection of different videos that highlight the same point. Today, this one highlights all of it, that I don't need to have any additional videos. This video went viral and I don't think she expected it to go viral for the reason that it did. Before I say any more, let's watch the video.
So I just found out that I'm not hot. And this was based on a really humbling experience where I'm trying to get 4 men together to help me move a really heavy object from point A to point B. Not a far point A to point B either. And I can't do it. It can't be done. I'm in hell. I've tried for days, texting every man I know. Can you please come help me move this heavy thing? It's a piece of granite, by the way. I think we can use that as a gauge. Number 1, can you get a group of men to help you move a heavy object from point A to point B? Number 2, how far can you get them to move it? Because what I need is a piece of granite moved about 15 feet. Cannot gather 4 men to do that. Oh, I can't. I'm going to be hungover that day. Oh, I can't. Football is on. Wah. Number 1, they don't make men like they used to. Because how come nobody wants to be helpful?
Wah. As in, oh, I can't get a man to help me. Wah.
Little helpless old me? You want me to pick up the granite slab? Why? You're not being helpful. Number 2, I need to level up. I need to level up. I need to get hotter. I don't feel like a hot woman would have an issue with this at all. She'd have that granite moved. She'd have a kitchen island.
This is not telling of how hot you are. This is telling of how many men you've placed in your friend zone. She makes it all about looks and what men are doing wrong, essentially. But this has nothing to do with looks. Good women and good men, by the way, they don't have this issue because they are friends to their friends. They give to their friends, and those friends are there for them. It literally has nothing to do with looks or even gender. She just found out that men are no longer simping.
What's that video? Is it by Napoleon Hill, How to Win Friends and Influence People? These modern women need to start reading that type of stuff. Going back to the basics. Why don't you be nice and reciprocate energy? Why don't you act like you actually are grateful and you like that? You like being around that person. Y'all probably won't do that because, once again, y'all are trying to, I don't know what this is. Y'all are trying to be a manager unofficially and manage these men when these men have things to do. I'm coming out here to help you out of the goodness and the kindness of my heart. You're not about to manage me and tell me what to do. If I want to help you, I'll help you. Otherwise, sit down, shut up, and leave me alone.
And honestly, this message, it conflicts, right? You can't 1 minute be a strong, independent woman and then the next be referring to yourself as little old me. The bottom line is that a man would move that granite slab to the end of the earth for the right woman. And the right kind of woman is not going to have these sort of expectations for a man that she barely has a relationship with. Honestly, a good woman, no matter what she looks like, she's not going to run into this problem. Most likely, she has good men in her life, whether it's family or friends, true friends, not men that she's friend zoned, or the man that she's in a relationship with, and then that man has his friends come over and help. But even in the more rare occurrence that maybe she has men in her life that aren't physically able to do something like that, or maybe she's new to an area and she hasn't established herself, guess what? That woman is not going to try to utilize men that she barely talks to, that she barely gives effort towards. She's not going to ask that of them, number 1. And number 2, even if she did that, she's not going to expect them to say yes. She'll probably bribe them with something. And I don't mean anything crazy. I mean, bribe him with some food and drink. And maybe he'll show up for you, you know, and maybe you'll be building a friendship off of that. But what she's not doing,
you know, and that would be a nice kind of peace offering. Hey, you want some food? Because there's so many times that modern women they expect the world from men, but they don't do anything for men. Like they don't even try. They don't even offer. That's my first point. The second point is that you really, as a modern woman, don't have to be strong and independent. Your mindset of not being grateful and being entitled can lead you to think that men are supposed to help you, can lead you and make you think that men are at your beck and call. Oh, well, you know, where are the men at? Well, where are the real dudes at that'll just stop what they're doing? They just drop everything and they just help me. nowhere to be found because they have other things that they're doing. Didn't you say on social media, I could be looking at your call and never even pick it up? You could be, if you call me, I'm not going to answer it. Text message. And I know a lot of people, they're like that. But all I'm saying is there's sometimes that you employ that strategy and people are like, okay, you're not going to answer my phone call. And you got every right not to. But if you're not going to answer my phone call, then I'm nowhere to be found because I actually want to talk and spend time with you. And you realize and you have to understand that you sometimes modern women lump their mental health under the guise of just being plain rude. Does that make sense? So they'll say, well, I'm not answering my phone because I just don't feel like it. Just text me. And you text them and they won't even answer the text message. So they're not answering anything. But the moment that they need to do something like this, like they need to move, all of a sudden, then I need your help. All of a sudden I can call you back. Hey, Jim, how's it going? You're rude. You're inconsiderate. And you're a jerk. And men recognize that. That's why they don't want to be your friend. At least in this scenario, in some type of scenario, hey man, I got some pizza, or can you help me? Lunch is on me. I'll take you out wherever you want to go. I'll buy you something. But it's a fair exchange, or it's something in return, versus modern women feeling entitled, strong, independent women thinking that they don't need no man, right? It's a fair exchange of some sort, at least putting forth the effort, even if the man would turn it down, to say, hey man, I appreciate your time. I value your time. And I know maybe this is one of your lazy Fridays or lazy Saturdays where you wanted to just get up and play the game. Even as a young man, he ain't got no job. He might be in school. He might want to say, man, I'm done with my studies. I want to watch TV. I want to watch the game. I want to play a little 2K or something like that. I just want to spend the rest of the afternoon, order some pizza or something like that and just game. But you are literally not just taking 1 or 2 hours of my time. You are taking my whole entire afternoon, and in some cases, depending on how much you have in terms of stuff and help, my whole entire evening and on into the next day with nothing. Oh, thank you so much. And maybe even a side hug. Okay, see you later, and never hear from them again. Men don't want to be a part of that. That's what you're expecting. But what you don't understand is men in the old days received something for that. There was a general sense of gratitude. Hey, thank you so much. Hey, I appreciate it. Modern women don't have that. They don't do that.
She's not friend zoning him and trying to utilize her looks and trying to act like there's potential for a relationship when she deep down knows that there isn't. She is purposely manipulating that man. Right. And that's what I'm talking about. Men have smartened up to that. They know the real signs of a woman that is showing genuine interest versus a woman that is just trying to get something out of him. And we've seen it all over social media. It's out there all the time where women are saying that they're just going to expect this from a man without being sure that she's even interested in him, that she even likes him. And even if that good woman tries to bribe men to come over and help and she's unsuccessful, right? So she's not complaining that men are not helping her whole poor little her out. She's not saying that it's a man issue, that they don't make men like they used to. She is just saying, okay, she's accepting it. And then guess what? She's hiring a moving company. Mm-hmm. She's paying somebody to do the work because it is actual work. And you shouldn't just expect something without giving anything else in return. Because
this is the hard part of decision making for a lot of modern women, for a lot of strong, independent women. This goes into the planning, and they think that they can cut corners in this specific instance and get somebody that they are not going to have to pay, and they really don't have to show a lot of gratitude towards. Maybe a simple thank you, like I said, and then they just go about their merry way. No, your attitude is going to cost you, and now you have to pay for movers. Go ahead and get that checkbook out. Go ahead and get that Cash App out, that Venmo. You're going to need it.
Because, ladies, it is actual work to move a heavy piece of granite. Like, that's actual work. You could injure your back. You are putting in effort, you're putting in time. There's other things that he could do with his time, right? He could be doing something to make money. He could be relaxing on his day off. He could be putting in efforts towards a woman that will actually reciprocate, a woman that he's interested in and that is interested back in him. And another thing is that if you're reaching out to good men that have some sort of relationship going on, if you are not in a relationship or have put an effort towards meeting his other half, that's a problem, right? Like, you can't ask for effort from him if you're not even involving yourself in meeting her and what is going on in his life. That's just
win friends and influence people. Yep. Napoleon Hill, How to Win Friends, Influence People.
a little fishy, right? Like, if you were the woman on the other end of that, I think you would be suspicious of that. And trust me, that man, he's definitely not going to risk having a conflict with a woman that does like him, that does love him, in order to help you out. What?
Very good point.
Because you think that you're prettier, or you think that you're pretty enough, that like he's going to throw everything else aside. Like, that's not how it works, especially with good men. And these are the men that are going to be helping you, right? Like, the guy that doesn't care about you, he's just not going to even consider that. He's just going to say no. Let me know, guys, if you've run into this.
I like that point, and I'll probably end off on that. If a man is in a relationship, or he's pursuing a relationship with another woman, that woman's going to be upset. Like, why are you taking up my man's time? He's supposed to be, and women know this. He's supposed to be giving his attention to me, and he's trying to do that, but you tying up his day. He just got the day off. I just got the day off. We were planning to do something. He was only supposed to be there for an hour, but you need this and you need that, and he's trying to be a gentleman, and now you got him strung along for 3, 4, 5 hours, cutting into the time that we should have been together. Well, what were y'all actually doing? Y'all wasn't going to be doing nothing but laying in the bed and just watching Netflix. Y'all wasn't really going to... Shut up. It's our time off to do what we want. He was helping you out of the goodness and the kindness of his own heart. He did not have to do that. Get out of our business and go find you somebody else. Why don't you get your boyfriend? Oh, wait, you don't have one because you've been running your mouth. So like she was saying, it don't necessarily matter that you're not pretty enough. It matters how you treat people. It matters about your character. And the sooner modern women realize this, maybe the sooner they have men come around and say, yeah, man, I'll help you out. Yeah, man, I don't got no problem doing that. And go on about their merry way. But that's just my opinion. Until the next video, I'm out.